Hey guys, it is Monday, March 30th, and it's about 10:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is news coming out, red folder news. I think the chairman speaking, the Fed chairman speaking at 10:30 a.m. So can't take any trades till about 10:35. Myself, I would wait till after 10:35 with this high impact news coming out. But I wanted to show you some of the alerts that we're getting from our community indicator, the ATH Flow Indicator. And again, I'm not an investment advisor. This video is for educational purposes only. Forex is a risky business. You can lose all or part of your capital, which is why we tell you that even when you're using our strategies, that you should first use them on a demo account, taking at least 50 to 100 demo trades to make sure that it's going to be profitable for you. This strategy is on a 1 minute time frame, and our ATH indicator are these red triangles here coming out. Now, I have three moving averages on here, the 55, which is blue, the 233, which is red, the 987, which is black. I use them to determine trend. So the community kind of just looks on the 1 minute time frame, then goes up to the 5 minute just to see if there's anything blocking the trade from getting to take profit. Uh, I like to look at the 5 and the 15, and I like to make sure that the trend, the moving average trend is aligned on all three time frames. That just helps me stay out of some trades that end up being bad trades. Some of them end up being good. But anyway, there's other things. This isn't a buy or sell alert signal. Again, you have to look at the moving averages. You have to look at the trend line. This is the trend line. This is our Lux Algo trend line with breaks indicator that we all use in the community so that we are all using the same trend lines on the 1 minute time frame. So we get the indicator alert goes off. I like to look for the moving averages, make sure they're in line. And then, of course, we need a break of the trend line and also a continuation candle. So we obviously don't have that here. But one of the other things we look at is this. So here you could see the moving averages are in line for a sell. If we go to the 5 minute, though, they are not. So 5 minute, you could see that the 55 and the 233 are clearly above the 987. So according by using the three EMA here, this looks bullish to me. So I would not take this trade for that reason right there. The other reason I wouldn't take it is because price has moved up too far past the 55 here. You see how the 55 is cutting right through price. It's kind of in no man's land here between the 55 and the 233. Now it can go through the 55 if it does later find support at the 233. Okay, but because the 233, the higher of the EMA, the higher one always rules out the lower one, right? The higher one always is more valid. But in this case here, it doesn't get there. It's kind of in no man's land, like I said, in between the two moving averages. So for those two reasons right here, this isn't a trade that we would take, even if we did get a break of the trend line here and a continuation candle. It's also pretty far away from the trend line here, and the price action, price action is kind of what we're looking for in the pullback. But again, the moving averages don't line up. Price is in no man's land here. So we won't want to take that trade. So let's look at a couple other alerts that have gone off here. Sorry, my phone's been blowing up all morning here. So let's take a look at a couple other ones here. So that was that one. This was NZDCAD. So NZDCAD kind of looked like we got the alert going off right here. You could see I said this looks good, but there was news coming out. So I could not take this trade, even though, we did get the break of the trend line. And then here's a nice continuation candle right here. This one I don't like. So this candle right here actually breaks the trend line, but it's not a very good continuation candle because of the small body and the larger wick to the downside here, showing rejection. Okay, it rejects off the top side too, but also off the bottom side. So this wouldn't be a good continuation candle. Does though close below the trend line. This would be the continuation candle. Again, though, because of the news, we could not take this trade. But you could see here that the moving averages are lined up on the 1. They are also lined up here on the 5. Blue, red, black from the bottom up for a sell. Blue, red, black from the top down for a buy. And the 15 is also lined up as well. So that looked good from that respect. It also does find support here at the 55. It goes through it, but you can see this candlestick pattern here with the rejection off the top side here, which is it's either a morning star or an evening star. I always get confused with the two. But it does reject off the 55 with that candlestick pattern. It does go through it, but this candlestick pattern is kind of a validation for me for the rejection. Okay, so that looked good, but I couldn't take the trade. I would have had to take the trade down here anyway, right? So let me just move this over here. Obviously, we want to take the trade right at that level when that candle closed, and the validation would be up here. But again, because the news is coming out, and it is now 10:35, so we can look at taking some trades here. But I did want to make, just did want to show you a couple of these. Let's look at a new alert just came out now, GBPCAD. You can see here, this is finding support at the 55. The moving averages are in line. This is a red, so it's a sell alert here. Again, it's a sell. It's not a trading alert. It's just our indicator going off telling us that there is a potential in the market for a sell right now in GBPCAD. If we look at the 5-minute time frame, we see here the moving averages are in line. On the 15-minute, they are not. Okay, so you could see here the 15-minute still looks bullish. Based off of the 3 EMAs. Price is right now down below the 987, just barely. But for me, I would want this to definitely, I need these moving averages on 15 to be down here below the 987. This is telling me that there's a potential that this is now moving to the downside, but to me, it hasn't been confirmed yet. The moving averages haven't confirmed it. Okay, the 55 is below the 233, but they're both still well above the 987 here. So this is one that because of that, I would not look at. Everything else looks good here as far as the pullback looks good, right? Finding support at the 55 here, and then here again looks very good. So if we would get a break of this trend line here that the indicator is drawn for us, and then a continuation candle, that could be a potential trade if that 15-minute moving average lined up. Now, it's important to note the guys in the community don't look at the 5 and the 15 for that moving average confirmation. I do. I like to use that. I feel that helps me stay out of some bad trades. You know, it also keeps me out of some good ones too. But it just limits the number of trades because I'm only looking for the best trade setups. I'm only looking for 1 to 2 trades a day during this New York session. You know, it's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. And so applying this extra filter to the indicator going off, limits the number of trades I could potentially take, and I like that. So, and I feel that it keeps me out of some of the bad ones or a larger percentage of the bad ones so that it makes sense to do it. Now, the guys in the community, they may just look at the 5-minute and say, well, is there anything stopping this trade from going down further? And you can see here that there really isn't, right? So they may find this trade appealing. You know, and it is important to note that on the 5-minute, the moving averages do line up. Okay. So, bit. The 15-minute, like I showed you earlier, does not. It's still kind of bullish. So we did get another alert in the EURGBP. You can see this is bullish. We could see price kind of finding support at that 55. The pullback looks good here. The trend line is kind of far away. So that could be an issue. We have the moving averages lining up on the 1. They also line up on the 5, and they also line up on the 15. So this could be a potential trading opportunity here with the indicator going off. If we do get a close above this trend line that the Lux Algo indicator has painted for us. Again, everyone in the community uses this same trend line, guys, so that all of our trend lines are the same. Because if you ask 10 different traders to draw 10 different trend lines, you're probably going to get at least 5 or 6 different ones, right? So we use this indicator so that there's no confusion. It's completely objective, right? The indicator going off is objective. The trend line break in the continuation candle is objective. There is some subjectivity as to price action around the 55 or the 233, how big of a pullback that is. Is it consolidating or not? Like, see, this can look to some people like a consolidation here. So some people in our community would not take this trade because of that. To me, I see a break of structure to the upside here. So to me, it doesn't look like it's consolidating. So this is a potential opportunity here. GCAD went off again. We already seen that. EURCAD, again, looking for a downtrend here. Again, goes through to 55 pretty good. And it doesn't get, it's kind of in nowhere, no man's land here again. Price 55 is cutting right through all the price action here, all the recent price action. So this one I don't like from that respect. It's also still bullish on the 5 and still bullish on the 15. So wouldn't want to trade that, right? So that's kind of some of the things that we look at. We're looking for the indicator to go off. The indicator, which is our community indicator, you have to become a member of the company we're with to get access to our community indicator, everything else in our community, our Discord channel. Plus with the company, you're going to get the 9 scanners. You're going to get access to all the live education, live and recorded education, including the live sessions and the recorded sessions from all of the educators in the company. You could try this all out. You could pay for your membership, try it out for 7 days. If you don't like it, if you don't think this will work for you, you could try this out on a demo account, our strategy for 7 days. You get access to our Discord. You can ask questions there in our chat in the Discord area. You could watch a couple videos that explain this strategy as well, like I am here. And you could decide if it's for you or not. If it's not for you, you move on, you get your money back. If it is for you, great. Keep trading it on demo until you're confident enough to trade it on a live or a funded challenge account. So this is kind of what we're looking for here. The indicator just pulls us to the chart because we're watching all the Forex pairs. So we can't, on the 1 minute time frame, you can't possibly do that effectively unless you have something that brings you to the chart to decide to look at that pair further. And that's all our indicator does, our ATH Flow Indicator. Just brings you to the chart, telling you there's a potential opportunity in the market at that time on that pair. We still have to look at the trend lines, the moving averages, the higher time frames, whatever else is part of our trading strategy, right? Part of our system. So that's important there. So any questions, guys, let me know. If you want the link, it's going to be in the description area of this video on YouTube. If you're watching this somewhere else, in my group or whatever, just let me know. I'll send you the link so you can get started today.